Hi, my name is Aman Kaur and my student ID is 300367671. Now I am talking about chapter 2 and chapter 1, what the sociologists say and sociologists do. These chapters help us to understand the difference between common sense sociological research, how outline the major perspective in sociology, identify the difference between qualitative and quantitative research, identify the various type of research methods and sociologists used, how to understand the importance of ethics and social science research. What is common sense? Firstly, we talk about knowledge we get from our lived experience and from the art society, and it may be accurate and it know about always reliable. The things which are commonly known as are necessarily factuals, like fake news come on the social medias, as in the societies there are many research shows about the information which completely inaccurate. The major theoretical perspective in the sociology and the sociologists say in these chapters, like first is the sociological perspective, and the second is functionalism, symbolic interactionisms, conflict theory, feminist theory, and it is in that to explain in the social inequality. What is theories? Firstly, we talk about this is theory. Theory is a set of propositions intended to explain social phenomena, and it may be used to explain or predict the phenomena, and the theories can help us to understand the relationship between variables. Major theoretical perspective, like functionalism is helps to focus on the social stability. Functionalism view to society as a set of interconnected parts of. This is similar to how the human body know about the works, and the social institution persist because they help us to society to survive. Like functionalism come in the Kant, Talcott, patience. Society tend towards balance or equilibriums. Part of society changes, other parts must be adjusted to maintain the social stability. Functionalism is count can be explained by the Robert Meritons. Like it can be explained by the three function. First is the latence, manifest function, latent function, and dice functions. First is the manifest function. It can be attended to outcome generated by the social institutions. Second is the latent function, the uni-intended or less visible outcome of social institutions. Third is the die function. A system is not a functioning proper by the dysfunctionals. Functionalism is described by the Emil Durkheim. It is the famous, and it is helps to rapidly change in the social change effect, which is affected by the social stability. The another is social society grows more complex, favor commonalities, less social solidarity, and it is the feeling of normalness. Major theoretical perspective come in the conflict theory. Like it is the conflict theory focus on the importance of conflict and change. They study inequality and exploitation. They see social life is a continuous struggle in the fairness, security, and respect. As sociology word is given by the society, because all the relations and everything in the common the society. Conflict theory is content by the Karl Marx. Marx focus on the capitalism. It is the first name like a mode of productions, a way of producing the material things we need to survive. The capitalist mode of production produces a particular social order. Bourgeois industrial productions. The second one is proletariat, work for a wage or a produce profit for bourgeois. Conflict theory explained by the Karl Marx. Marx believe in the capitalist social order and exploited by the Karl Marx. Class consciousness, Marx believed it is the worker recognized common exploitation and their common power they could overthrow the business owners. Major theoretical perspective come in the symbolic interactionism, studied by the people every day less closely, focus on the meaning, definition, and interpretation of the individual senses. After that, it can become symbolic interactionism. It is described by the Erving Goffman. Front stage interactions, backstage interaction, and the third is symbolic interactions coined by George Herbert Mead. First stage interactions, and the second is interaction is first is situation which you perform in the way and people expect. Second one is situation which we behave and more relaxed for the real feminisms. After that, diversity is marginalist voices in the social theory. Diversity is come as the word in the major theoretical perspective are not the diverse backgrounds, all are white, male and European or Americans. After that, feminism is come. Feminism is a all form of feminism which come in the gender inequality, a cultural systems that promote the idea of men should be played dominant role in the society. After that, it explained the father of bride giving her to groom. Then the first wave feminism. Feminism is the resulted by the woman giving right to vote. Feminism word is come from the woman, it is right to vote. After that, sociological research methods. The research methods come like it come in the recycle cycle and the research idea. First one, research idea. After the literature view, hypothesis formulation, research design, data collection, data analysis and the disseminations of results. The research cycle formulating on hypothesis, variable, dependent variable and the independence. After that, it can becomes qualitative research and quantitative research. Qualitative research described by the focuses on individual experience, smaller samples, individual understanding of their experience. After that comes mixed method, the research cycle. Mixed method combine the two ways of research simultaneously, the research cycle collecting data, experiments and the sociologist participations. After that, the population, a set of all people who share the characteristic of the interest in the research. Collecting data is based on the cautionaries, responsive bias, collecting data, interviews, structured interviews, unstructured interviews, secondary data analysis, and the validity and reliability. Validity accurately measure a concept. Reliability refers to extent which measures produce consistent responses. After the research ethics is come. Research ethics can't based on the information provided in the text can you identify the ethical issue that arise following studies. Like first is the researchers must minimize any harm of the participants. This includes protecting participations, identifying and allowing withdrawal from the research on any time. After all, the summary is coming, like we talk about the research method, how sociologists do and did occurs everything. After the qualitative and quantitative research is coming, this chapter introduced the difference between common sense and social research, the central aspect of the four measures perspective in the sociology, the difference between qualitative and quantitative research, and the most seventh step of the most research projects, the importance of ethic in the research process. After all, the sociology can become in the sociologist word, like sociology is help us to tell about like functionalisms, social inequality, conflict theory, feminist theory and the set of the propositions. All the perspectives come in the sociology, and the first chapters covers like the common sense and sociological research and the major perspective of sociology, between difference between qualitative and quantitative research and the research method of socialists used. Like there are four type of four type of introduces comes like Karl Marx, Herbert Merz, and George Herberts. Then after it comes by the sorry for that Herbert Merz and Karl Marx. These two can speak come in this and introduce the feminist and the social research. After the functionalism is the word that used in many ways, and of overall the summaries about the common sense and social research, the central four majors theoretical perspective. Thank you. This is the explanation of the chapter 1 and chapter 2, which can be studied in the last two class. Thank you so much.